Hello, this is Anirban Biswas. How are you guys? I hope you guys are fine. This is the third video of my channel, and today we are going to learn something very important in chess. Today we're going to learn. So, here, combat, capture and defend pieces. Suppose, not suppose, here you are white and the opponent is black. Problem is, if you play the move bishop f2 in the blue line, bishop f2 actually attacking the rook on d4. Okay, the rook on d4. Rook on d4. But he will take your pawn. So in this position you should play first a5, then you should play bishop f2, and then you should capture. Okay? Fine. The second, take the black piece and don't lose yours. Okay. So the opponent is black and you are playing as white. Okay. So this pawn is basically hanging. This pawn is undefended. But if you think something very cleverly, you can find that you can take the black bishop on d6, but you will lose your bishop also. So you need to play first b4, defending your pawn on c5. Now the c5 pawn is defended by the pawn on b4. b4 pawn defended the pawn of c5, and now you should move the bishop. You should move your bishop like bishop b3. Then you can take this. Then you can play maybe this, and then can take the rook. Okay. Now the third one, you are also playing as white. Again you are playing as white and the opponent is black. Okay. You can take the rook on b8, but then you will lose your pawn on e4 or g4. Okay, because you can see you can take the black rook on b8, and then black knight will take one of your pawn. So what should you play? You should play this first, defending both your pawn with the help of your queen. Then you can capture the knight. Then you can play queen d6. Then you can take the rook like this. Okay. Take the black piece and don't lose yours. Okay. First of all, you are playing as white and you can capture the bishop on f5, the black bishop, but then black rook will take your pawn of c2. So you should first play c3. Now c3 is a defended by the pawn of b2. So b2 pawn is actually now defending the pawn of on c3. Now you can take the bishop, then you can play this move again, then you can take the rook. Then nice, the final one. Okay, so you are playing as white, opponent is black. So this is actually basically hanging. Okay, this is the only pieces that hanging. If I play this, then okay, fine, I can play bishop f4. Okay, then I can play knight e3. Puzzle failed. Oh, sorry. That's wrong one. Okay, so what you should play? This is, you need to play this move. Okay, now your decision. Okay, then you can play, then take, then this, this, and then take. Okay, fine. So the next is check in one. So what is check in one? You need to understand check is the most important thing of chess. Check is one of the most important thing of chess. Check means attacking the opponent's king. So you are playing as white. You can play the move rook e1 and you can check the black king. Now you need to be careful. You can't play queen e3 because you know some people will play queen e3. Okay, this is check, but that's a bad move because the knight, black knight, will then take your queen. So the problem is this check, queen b6 check and queen e3 check does not is not possible because of the black knight, because black knight actually cover both the square. Okay, so this check is not possible. Okay, so what check you can play? You can play queen h3 check. Okay, that's okay. Now again, you can't play this check. You can't play bishop g6 check because so the blue arrow, rook, black rook, then take your bishop. You can't play, but you can play this check, bishop b5 check. Okay, now okay, I'm the white. If I can play this check. Okay, pawn check. Okay, okay, I can play this check. I can play this check. What the problem? Okay, the mouse problem. Okay, so queen b8 check is possible because the rook actually defending the square. My rook, white rook actually defending the square. So black king can't take my queen. So queen b8 check. See, if I move the knight anywhere, like literally anywhere, then it will be a discover check. Just see, this is a better move. This is a discover check. Okay, the next is out of check. So out of check basically defend your king. Black queen attack your king, so just move. Okay, okay, fine. So this is white king. He got checked by black queen on c2. Okay, first of all, the white king can't go this to square because of show the blue arrow. See the blue arrow, blue or okay, control problem occurred. Okay, actually black knight covered both the b5 and d5 area. The only move here is actually not is also an only move. I need to understand the queen covered this area, black queen, black knight covered this two area, bishop covered this area. So the only square that is remaining is king b4. Okay, king b4 is the only square. Okay, sometime the king can't escape, then on that time you need to block the check. Sometime king can't escape, king can't go any square, you need to block the check with the help of your own pieces. Here you can see black rook check the white king, and this rook also block the king's escape square. King can't go anywhere. Like this 4 square of the king, you see this 4, not actually 4 but the 5 square is covered by these two black rook. So what you need to do, you then need to block the check with the help of your own rook. Okay, this is a bishop check. The problem is king have, remember that king have only, okay, So it is a bishop check, bishop on d5, and now white king is on a2. Okay, so here are basically the king have four options. You can see these two pieces, white rook on b1 and white bishop on b2, actually kind of suffocating white's king. White king can't go here because of the bishop, and white king can't go both a3 square and a1 square because of the knight. So here you need to block like this. Okay, I think the better one, I forget even, you can't capture the knight, you can capture the bishop. The wrong one, you can capture the bishop. Okay, now it's a very tricky one. It is a check. You can see the white king have no square. It is completely suffocated. White king is have no square. Okay, thank God that white have a knight on g1 that can capture the black knight on f3. If it is not, it is a completely checkmate. The game is over. Black is win. Black win the game if the knight is not there. Okay, because you can see this black knight on f3 give a check to the white king. It can be captured by these two pieces. First the pawn on e2, then the knight on f3. But the problem is, you can see black queen on e8 pinned the pawn. This pawn can't move. This pawn can't capture the knight, because then queen will capture the king. Okay, this is a blockade. You can't play. You can play this move. Okay, you can play this move, but you can't capture the knight, because then black will play queen takes king. So it is an illegal move. So here, actually, white have only one option, and that is knight can take the knight. So knight cross knight is the right answer. Okay. You can see again black knight, check the white king. Problem is, you can't take the knight with the pawn, with your pawn, because the rook then capture your king. The rook will capture your king then. It is called absolute pin. Okay, this is absolute pin. You can't take the knight. It is an illegal move, because the next move rook will capture your king. Okay, so what move you can play? First of all, it is a knight check, so you can't block it. So what will you do? There is only one square left, and that is king e4, and that's the right answer. Okay, this is a bishop check. You can see bishop covered this diagonal, and queen covered this diagonal, also covered this area. So the basically king have no square to go, but there may be some blockade, and the blockade is the knight. And the final one, mate in one. Mate means when your opponent's king have no way to save the check. He can't block the check. He can't capture the enemy piece that make him check. He can't run away. So this is basically a checkmate. So in this position, if you can see queen takes f7 is a checkmate, because the king have no square to go. There is no block, and the king can't capture the queen because the bishop will defend the queen. So queen takes on f7 is a checkmate, because you can see in this position you can't find the checkmate. First, just calculate. If suppose you are playing as white and you then play h takes on g7, like h pawn takes the pawn on g7 is a check, then king will capture the pawn. But the check on f7 is a completely deadly. This is a checkmate because the king have no way to go. There is no, you can't capture, sorry, the opponent can't capture the white knight. So it is a completely checkmate. Now, okay. In this position, you can see the white queen covered this area. So the black king can't go in these squares. So the only move that give a checkmate, you can play rook h8, and this is a checkmate because the king have nowhere to go. And okay. So what is checkmate in this position? Kind of tricky one. If you play queen d7 check with the help of your knight, queen d7 check, and the knight will protect your queen, then king will go here. Okay, so it is a knight check. Knight d5 is a checkmate because the king can't go here because of the queen. King, yes, king can go here. Okay, I found a checkmate. It's actually knight e8 check. The king can't go here because of the knight. Knight will defend the square, and knight will cover the square on d6. Okay, the checkmate is knight e8 is a checkmate, and that's done. Okay. So, okay, that's a very easy one. First, you can see how many check you can give. Okay. You are playing as white. You can play rook d8 check, but then black rook will take the rook, take your rook, then bishop will take, and that's a bad position. But the unstoppable check is actually c takes on b7. Just see, if the c pawn capture the b pawn, then it is a discovered check. Okay? King can't go here, these two square, because of this rook. The king can't go here because of the knight. So the move is actually this, and this is a checkmate, you can see. Okay? Okay, rook takes rook. It's a checkmate, I guess. No, he blocked this. Okay, rook takes rook is not a checkmate because then black can play either knight b4 block or even bishop a4 block. So it is not possible. So what move is actually a checkmate? Okay, this move not really a checkmate. Okay, bishop takes bishop is, yes, it is a checkmate. Why? Just see. So if white, suppose you are playing as white, so if white took this bishop, it is a check. The black rook can't capture your bishop, the white bishop, because this is pinned. The black rook can't move, like black rook can't go there because this is pinned. White knight actually covered this two area, and white rook also covered this area. So it is a checkmate. It is a checkmate. The final one. Okay. Bishop check, not possible. This check is leading into a checkmate, but this is the circle. So move you should play. No, no. This check is not a good move. So here basically this check will move here. If I play this check, then he will go there. If I play this check, then he can block the check. Just see, bishop h4 check is not possible because here g5 block, black can block the check. So it is not. this check, but here this, the tricky one. Okay, if this check is okay, fine, I got it. This. Okay. Okay. So thank you thank you all guys. Thank you all of you guys for paying attention to my video. If you guys like my video, then click the like, then hit the like button, share to your friends in various social media group, subscribe my channel, hit the notification button. I will be back with I will be back with lot more videos for you guys. So thank you for giving me your precious time. It's very appreciated. It is it is very much appreciable thing. My English is so bad, man. I need to learn English first. Okay, so fine.